Okay. Hello. Welcome everybody to Monkchat Facebook Live. It's online streaming in Monkchat Facebook page. It's Monkchat MCU Chiang Mai. And right now you are with me, Pra Sontavi Intasaro, okay, who's um, going to run this program with my guest speaker. All right. First of all, let me introduce my guest speaker. Okay, there are 3 months today. Okay, it is Pra KK and Pra Sombun. Okay, so this Monkchat program today will discuss about the different question come from previous life and also what we have discussed previous live, but so I mean previous Facebook live, but we will do some review about that. So if you keep following us from the previous episode, you going to review this a little bit and learn the other question as well. All right. So don't forget if you think that this Facebook Live going to useful for to develop your understanding and for your community, you can share, you can like, and don't forget to write some comments and share your opinion. You are invited and allowed to participate in this Facebook Live. This is for everyone. We are here to like your friends to be your Dhamma friends to share and answer your question, help some uh, issues or some question that you want to know. So let me go to say hi and welcome my guest speaker today. Hello, Prakeke. How are you?
Hello, Prasambon and Prason. Good evening. And at the first, I respect to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and all my senior teachers, and I have love to my junior novices and monks, and also all the audiences who are watching our live streaming, Monkchat, and also thanks to the host. I mean, to press someone doing press on doing this kind of things is such a very good beneficial for the old people who really want to know about the Buddhism, monk's life, and meditation, and also if they have some doubt in Buddhism or Buddha's teaching or in Dharma, they can ask some questions and they will gain some knowledge from this kind of work or this kind of live streaming of Monkchat Facebook. Thank you to everyone.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Prat Sambun. How are you this evening?
Janky K and good evening. I'm a little bit excited. Good evening, Janky K, and good evening, Person. Today to be able to join with both of you. At last time I was busy, so I didn't join maybe the previous uh live. So today I'm very happy to be here and to discuss and learn together to be here.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for um, your time to dedicate to this Dhamma discussion session. Uh, Let me say hi to all audiences and viewers who are following us right now. Okay, don't forget to share some your opinion and question to this Facebook Live. Okay, this is a platform for everyone come to share and discuss about the same thing is about the Dhamma and your doubt. Okay, concern to the philosophy and the spirit. I mean the spiritual training, the spiritual path. I mean, we can come and share to this group together. All right. And our talk and discussion today. Okay, let me review some talk that I have done last I mean Facebook Live. Okay, and I also will want to hear the opinion from both venerable as well. You know, so many foreigners ask me about what Buddhism teaching about knowing, yourself and live your life based on your understanding. So it's mean that Buddhism apply the focusing on understanding about your life, by training and practicing yourself. So finally, to reach or um, obtain to the wisdom, but why when they come to travel or have seen in a Buddhist country or Buddhist temple, there are also many beliefs penetrate in the way we teach, the way the Buddhist people practice. So they're a bit confusing about that. What is the main purpose that Buddhism still using belief and faith to lead the Buddhist ceremonies or make people come to enter and get together as a community. Okay, I would like to ask Pak K, who have been experiencing be with the foreigners. I would like to hear your opinion. How is that work? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Son, for such a good question. And you're right. Most of the foreigner, when they came to Thailand to visit temples or to learn the Thai culture, they can experience so many things, kind of Buddhist ceremony or Buddhist monk or Buddhist ordinary people. They pray, they worship the Buddha, and they have some doubt about the Buddhism, It still look like a belief and faith, That's why last Friday, when I was teaching Facebook online meditation class, there was a question, what is Buddhism, So this is a very similar question that you want to know why people still has doubt about the Buddhism. It's more like a faith and belief. So that's why I just want to repeat again that what did I answer last time, So, in my opinion, there's two different ways to tell about this question. The first thing to tell you, if you look the core teaching of the Buddha, there's no faith or belief, That's why there's a word that Buddha said, attahi attananato. It means you have to investigate, examine, or practice by yourself until you're able to find the truth. Okay? So if someone asks me what is Buddhism, so Buddhism is simply way to say it's a practical method to liberating oneself from suffering. It's a path, a way of life, how to experience the truth, how to accept the truth, and how to learn within yourself not to dwell, how to get away, So that's why the end of the Buddha's teaching, there's a word, Nippanang Paramang Sukhang. It means the nirvana or enlightenment is ultimate happiness. That's what we're looking for. Okay? So this is the one way to tell you, Buddhism is a way of life or a philosophy. And if you look in other hand, this is commercial question or kind of, very modern question that what people experience, what they see, in the Buddhist country or Buddhist temple. So every country has a culture, and religion is a very important part of a culture. If you go to Laos, you will see Laos culture. If you go to Thailand, Myanmar, or any country, even the Western country, they have their own culture. So the religion is the main part of a culture, no matter Christian, Jewish, Hindu, Islam, or Buddhist. So when people go to Thailand and they can say Thai culture based on their religion, it means Buddhism. Okay, we have 93% of Buddhist people in Thailand and a lot of Buddhist monks and temples. So well, in the culture, in the Thai culture, still we have Buddhist temple, Buddha images, Buddhist monk. People still offer to Buddha images, Buddhist monk. They worship the Buddha, they pray to Buddha. So in a culture, Buddhism still believe and faith. People still believe, I go to offer to something to Buddha because they have expectation that I'm doing something good and something will going to happen good. It's based on the karma, what goes around comes around. So it's kind of, what they believe and faith. But according to teaching, it's not like that. According to teaching of the Buddha or Buddhist philosophy, you have to understand, the three main action. Okay, we call Kayakam, Vachikam, Manokam. It simply means physical action, mental action, and verbal action. That's where Buddha showed the middle path or middle way, how to train your moral, mental, and wisdom. It's called Sei, Samadhi, Panya. Okay, so all about the practice is based on your investigation or examine by yourself. It's a way of life. Okay, so overall, what I want to say is, if you still look in a culture, people still believe in faith. Okay, and if you look, the core teaching of the Buddha is a philosophy or a way of life. It's nothing concerned with the belief or faith. So overall, what I want to say, those people who still has confused, about the Buddhism, what they see, what they experience, still believe in faith, I will not say that, it's a misunderstanding. It's a part of the modern society, modern Buddhist people, what they, apply in their daily life. So overall, here is the culture, still believe in faith. Here is the core teaching, philosophy or way of life. So we can combine together and we can apply in a daily life. That's what I want to share according to my opinion. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much, Pra KK, to explain clearly about this. Okay. Let me say hi and integrate with our audiences first. Okay. Thank you so much from, this is our teacher. Okay. He is following us right now. I hope that he's looks so happy to see three of us get together and have a discussion about Dhamma today. Okay. And next, thank you so much from Lonnie Shahin. I think
Yeah.
so. Good to see you, friends. Okay, maybe he used to come to Monkchat. And Miss Lena Suya Amansen, I think so.
From
She
Spain.
or he from Spain. Okay.
Hello. Hola.
May I say hello to everybody to watching us right now. You can write, okay, where you are watching us from. Okay, where are you from? So we can know and we can have interaction together in real time. Okay, real time. So thank you so much for following us. Okay, next, I would like to hear from Prat Sombun. Okay, how much Buddhism apply faith and belief, okay, to lead the people come to the Buddhist practice, and what is the characteristics? Okay, what is the special characteristic of the sattha or faith or belief in Buddhism briefly? Okay, to do some review. Okay, to previous topic. Thank you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. In this point, I think when we talk about uh, faith and wisdom in Buddhism, I think both are not able to be separate in a particular part. I think faith is one of a very important teaching of Buddhism. So it is very necessary that in order to let people come and learn and see how good the Buddhism is, or how can Buddhism can actually benefit to the people. But as you mentioned, as person mentioned earlier, that in Buddhist people, among Buddhist people, they have some kind of like, it's kind of opposite with Buddhism, because in Buddhism, like some people say that is a religion, or is focused more on the wisdom, and actually faith is still one of the important teaching of the Buddha that cannot be ignored. Even though Buddhism, we also apply wisdom, but on the other hand, also faith also important, because it is said that if there's no faith, how can wisdom come? So when you're going to practice something, at least you need faith or confidence on what you're going to do. You really see the benefits that you are doing, and what you're going to do. Yes, of course, you have the inspiration from that kind of thing. For example, at least in Buddhist people, we are supposed to have faith on the triple chain, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. And that is the initial required for those who are coming to learn. At least be open. Faith, I think, is rather be to open this mind. So the more you open, the more you receive from the good thing on that thing. I think faith still important, but the key is that it shouldn't be a kind of blind faith, like people worship and something unreasonable, or something that's kind of misunderstanding faith, that the faith that's just following the other people words, or some kind of faith that caused by fear, So some people accept a certain thing because they fear inside, and they accept that kind of thing have the power more than them, and they're just like, oh, I how to say, obey or have faith or worship because they fear or they're afraid of that kind of thing. But faith in Buddhism is not that kind of sense, but rather it's have to come up with wisdom. So that's why faith and wisdom must go together. So yes, at first we need faith. So maybe when we see someone or some people who we very how to say, very admirable. For example, in the Buddha time, there was a lady's named Kisa Kotami, and actually, and the Kisa Kotami, and actually she has a young boy, a baby actually, and her baby died. Then she came to the Buddha, then to ask the Buddha, please, to help her baby to alive again. And what the Buddha told her is that, give her the answer is that yes. He asked that, can you heal my baby? And the Buddha said that yes, I can. But at the beginning, and actually in reality, no one cannot like make someone who already died and to arrive again. But the Buddha said this word in order to Kisai-Gotami to have faith that, oh, the Buddha can actually help my child. And actually that is not the point. But later the Buddha led her to find a seat in any family that have never have anyone die in the family in order to let her to discover the truth by herself. And yes, and finally, she couldn't find any like some kind of grain or seed in any family back to the Buddha. And then actually the Buddha told her to find the truth by herself. And at the beginning, maybe fate, and actually she fully accepted the Buddha can actually help her baby at the beginning in order to let her have some kind of faith, and later let her find or maybe increase her wisdom by find out the truth by herself. I think both faith and wisdom both are important. I think this is the point, that's the example that I want to give here.
Very good. That you gave the answer. You give the evidence and show some example that without one, if you focusing on only wisdom, let's say, you will be the one who have less passion, or when you face the difficulties, you never easily to wake up and move on, because of everything must be a reason, everything have to occur based on cause and effect. Those are the level of the wisdom, but the sense of the belief can create the motivation and a lot of power from inside to lead your spiritual from the difficult times. Okay, that is what show very clear picture. Anyway, this is what I do some review, for those who miss previous Facebook Live. Anyway, you can now know together. Okay, thank you so much, our audiences who give a comments and share your experience with Monkchat. Okay, first let me acknowledge to Miss Noparat. She is the donor for some of students in our MCU University. She offers some scholarship for some Lao student and a few months. So it's wonderful, and thank you so much for her for following this Facebook Live. Okay, and thank you so much for Miss Marcia Soliga. I'm not sure. She or he listened from Poland. Wow, there are some people from Western. I'm not sure that what time is in Europe right now. Prakeke, what time is it Europe right now?
Well, I cannot exactly tell you, because some European country also has a little bit different 1 or 2 hour distance. For example, most of the European country now, between Thailand and European country, 5 hours different. Or if you compare between Thailand and America, it's 12-hour difference. Or if you compare between Australia and Thailand, it's for example, now in Thailand, 8:30. Probably that is maybe 9 or 10, I guess, 10 or 11 night, something like that. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so if anyone listen from or watching from Europe, you can share. Your okay. Now is afternoon in Spain. It's
Spain is afternoon 3.
3:30.
So it's 5 hours different, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it is good time or not for people in the West to watch this Facebook Live. But anyway, we also focusing on our time as well. Now it's evening, 8:30. So we already, have finished all the routine chanting. We have already finished chanting. So now free time for us, and we think about making this Facebook Live to easier integrate and see all of you in this platform. So thank you so much who come and following us right now. Let's look at these comments. It's such wonderful from Mr. David Berlut. Hello, gentlemen. I have made many very dear friends at Monkchat while I visited Chiang Mai, and I also while I eventually visited, lived there for 3 years. Thank you so much for doing this. Okay, and many people. Yes, from this is our teacher. She's teaching at our MCU. Is Ajahn Samantha. Okay, she told us time in UK 6 hour behind Thailand. So now it's nighttime. Is it? No. Behind.
Yes, evening. There is a 4:30 in UK, and
Thank
Spain
you.
or in Holland, in Austria, Germany, it's 5 hours behind of Thailand. 3:30.
Okay. Okay. So you can. I also want to hear your opinion that this is good time for you to access to this Facebook Live, or mostly what time that people in the West they have a free time, or maybe most of them rush and busy and never sleep. City never sleep, like New York City or many city in the world. All right. Now let me have a question to all of you to discuss together, share an idea. I also got a question from a man, asked in previous Facebook Live in order to don't leave it and just pass it. So he asked me that the universe. Okay, now we talked about something far away, and what is the Buddhist perspective about talking about the universe? So he asked me that the universe is eternal. Is eternal? It's forever, right? Is it mean forever, right? Eternal.
Or you can use the different word immoral.
Immoral, right? Okay, what is your opinion about this kind of things, and how much that Buddha or Buddhist teaching concern to the knowledge about the universe and the origin of the universe? It's, I think, very philosophical question about this, and very big question. Okay.
You
Thank
mean
you.
to me or to Sambun?
Uh, you can start first.
All
Yes,
right.
we will share
So
together.
thank you so much for this question. And this is very open-end question. It's very large.
Mm-hmm.
And well, the audiences, this is my request. I think this is all monks here who are talking and discussing about the Buddhism. So our request, this is kind of discussion, sharing the idea and way to learn more. So if we met anyone disappointed by our speech or sharing the idea, please sorry for that. Because this is a way to learn and improve more knowledge or wisdom as well. So, well, in this question, what I want to share my opinion is, you talk about the universe. When I was participate Monkchat with some foreigners, they was asking me, who created the world or universe. So I got stuck to answer up this question because, you know, if you look at Buddha, you can see Buddha is a great teacher, a great philosopher, or is a founder of Buddhism, or you can say he's the fully enlightened, investigating by himself. So we pay respect to Buddha as an enlightened or awakened one, not as a god. okay, in different religion. So, well, this is kind of religious question. If you ask this question, how did universe started? You know, every religion will say God. For example, Islam will say Allah, or Hindi will say Brahman, how to say, Brahmin or something like that. I'm so sorry, I forgot the name of the creator of the uh, in Hinduism, And if you ask the Jewish, they will also say God. Or anyway, this is like a kind of religious question, who believe in faith truly to their ultimate truth, kind of like a God, okay? But if someone asks me this kind of question, who created the world in Buddhism, because Buddhism, like a Buddha is not a God, so obviously we'll have no answer of this question, who created the world? I don't know, because first I have to investigate to find the truth, then I can believe or faith. I don't mean that what Sambun say in earlier or what I told you in earlier, the faith or belief, it's your own, it's not like a faith or belief like in other religions, it's a little bit different. If you have no faith or belief yourself, how can you investigate and find the truth? Okay. So it's a little bit different faith between Buddhism and other religion. And also in that way, I could not truly tell you, create the world, because Buddhism, they don't talk about the, creator or creation. And one of the foreigner that he asked Son, about the, how to say, immoral of the world, it's forever like a, we have been learned, I have been learned before, okay, man is immortal, okay? We have to pass away one day, we will disappear one day, but the world is immortal, it's always forever, something like that. So in that way, what I want to say about the universe, an example, if you study the three characteristics of the Buddhism, what we learn is anicca, dukkha, anatta. So the first concept, Buddha talked about what? Impermanence, okay? So if we look the universe, it's still permanent. But if we look Buddha's teaching impermanent, actually it's kind of impermanent, anicca. Look, our grand ancestor time and now, it's totally different. Still world, still universe, but different, how they change. Everything has been changed step by step, step by step. Before there is no electricity, no car, no buildings, no university, no medical cares or whatever, no computer, nothing. But it has been changed. And now again change and change and change and change. So this is what Buddha said, everything is impermanent. Okay. So there is still universe, but it's kind of impermanent, has changed everything step by step, step by step. But if you ask about the future, is this is the future question. That's why I told you it's very open-ended question about the universe. Is the moral or immoral? Okay. So I think everything is impermanent. But one thing what I want to tell you is I don't know what's going to happen in the future, because future is not yet coming. It's like a kind of far away that, who knows tomorrow what's going to happen. Everything is impermanent. Okay. For example, before no one know that there will be COVID-19 or something, now people are panic and suffer a lot. If people know that, then we can be ready, not to be suffer, not to be mentally stressed or depressed, so something like that. So that's why what I want to say is this is the universe, but I'm not sure it will be immoral or forever, but what did I learn? According to Buddhist philosophy of the three characteristics of Buddhism, the first Buddha taught us is impermanent or anicca, So there is the world or universe, but it had changed, So that's what I want to share with you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. What you have explained, try to cover everything. It's wonderful to mention, based on the Buddhist teaching and also from your perspective, because this thing, no no one know exactly about that. What we can do is bring some evidence from the scriptures and who have a knowledge and speak about that. Let me look at some comments from our audiences, because if I leave for a while, the who wrote this, maybe they will go away. So in order to acknowledge your comments, from Kambai, okay, he expressed that universe or samsara is beginless. So beginless mean, sorry, what does it mean? Beginless mean we cannot find the origination, right?
It's kind of anicca, I guess.
Oh, okay. It's a circle of three phenomena: arising, exist, and passing away. Anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you also have mentioned. Okay, thank you
Yep.
so much, Mr. Kambai, for your point of view concern to this question. And from very long comments. Hello, KK. Can you read all this?
Well, my eyes is
Read
not that
faster.
much good, but I will try. Okay, let me see. Laina,
Yes.
Surya. Okay. Hello, I just want to share some thoughts. Thailand is a Buddhist country. It's supposed to be very different from Catholic countries as Spain or other religions. But what I show living there is that normal Thai people follow Buddhism as a religion, as rituals, faith, asking things to Buddha, praying, very similar to other religions. But but not many people following the Buddhist teaching, as that's a really a pity. Too much ritual. You don't need faith, or just need to practice an example, something like that.
I'm sorry. What do you think
Yes.
about this? I think that she want to mention and point to what the situation of Buddhism in Thailand, like what I have introduced earlier, that when people come to Thailand, they have seen many ritual ceremonies. I think that we have to observe again that is it Buddhist ritual ceremony or is it Brahmin, because many ceremonies do it for God in Hinduism, for the animism. Sometimes it's not concerned to Buddhism as well. So in this point, we have to go case by case, and we have to really observe that it is belong to the temple or not, that ceremony. Person Boon, what do you think the situation of the Buddhist temple in Thailand, or Buddhist people tend to following the ritual ceremony rather than following the practice or the Dhamma? What is the origin, of Thai Buddhists? How, why this is very difficult to move away from Thai Buddhists? Yes. Hello, Prasambun. I'm sorry, maybe he
No, he's in meditation, I guess.
unmute. Okay.
Mute, I guess. Okay, let
Yes.
me actually, you know what, some press on.
Yes, please.
Well,
I
Hello?
Yes.
I couldn't catch the I couldn't catch the question clearly actually because I got there some internet problem. It's lacking.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Maybe Pra KK, you can go first.
Well, I really thanks to you and also the lady, from Spain, she have been in Thailand and she have seen a lot of like a local Buddhist people. They worship the Buddha, they pray to Buddha, they offer many things. You know, it's kind of like a ritual, religious activity like a Catholic or Christianity or Islam they do or Hinduism they do. It's the truth. What did you see? People, even the Buddhist monk or Buddhist people, they pray, they worship. That's kind of look like a belief and faith, But this is part of the culture. As I told you in the first question, Thai people still believe in faith, their own, but it's a little bit different from other religion. Okay, that's why even the Sambun said that you need the belief first to investigate to find the truth. So the belief faith is part of the culture. So in Buddha's teaching also there's a belief, not like other religions. So in that way, what I want to say is, when you see people go to temple, worship, praying to the Buddha images or do some ritual religious ceremonies, so obviously it's still they believe and faith. It's part of the, how to say, their own culture, Buddhist culture. That's what I want to say it. But if you investigate on that, also you can find a little bit different. An example, that's what I want to share with all the audiences, even with the monks. That's my opinion. For example, when you see Buddhist people or Buddhist monk, we sit on the knee in front of the Buddha image, we worship 3 times, we do like this 3 times, you know. And same times we say Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Putang Bhagavang Tang Abhivademi, then we worship 3 times. So we're saying something, it's more like a praying to Buddha or asking to Buddha something. And we're doing like this, it's more like a worshipping. Exactly the same in Catholic or Islam or Hindu, okay? So that is more like a worshipping or praying. Exactly the same, what did we see, what we will believe or faith, because it's in front of you that you investigate yourself, okay? But if you go, very internally, if you examine on that, if you study on that, for example, when you see people are worshiping 3 times, actually it's not called worship. Okay, let me tell you how to worship in Buddhism. Is Buddha is a god? I don't think so. People or Buddhist monk will say Buddha is not a god. As I told you, he represents an enlightened one or a great teacher or a great philosopher. Okay, so is it logical to say that we worship the Buddha, or I think it's the philosophical way, even the logical way. We bow to show respect to Buddha as a teacher, not as a god. Okay, so in that way we can find the truth. Actually, we do bow to show respect to Buddha. It's, we don't worship the Buddha. You see, what did you see? We are worshiping, but it's not exactly worship. It's we paying respect by bowing. Okay. And then when you see Buddhist monk or Buddhist people, we pray to Buddha, we say something, When you hear that, you don't understand, but exactly it's like a praying in different religions to the God or whatever, okay? So if you investigate, and you will find the truth. It's more like a praying, but it's not exactly called pray, okay? How do we call? It's called chanting or mantra, okay? We do that in front of the Buddha image because Buddha represents a great teacher, okay, to show respect to Buddha. And we do kind of chant to memorize the Buddha's teaching. So we keep repeat again and again, morning and evening by chanting or mantra. And also it's part of the mindfulness meditation, okay? You know yourself. Knowing means mindfulness, being aware with the one object or an object. So the main object is chanting or mantra, okay? It's more like a praying or singing. So you just focus on that, okay? So overall, what I want to say is not called praying. We are not asking something from the Buddha. We're just repeating by mantra or kind of chanting again and again to memorize or to focus to one thing, not to having like a kind of monkey mind or the busy mind. So it's called mantra meditation or chanting, part of the mindfulness to remind the Buddha teaching. So in that way, you can see it's a little bit different between Buddhism and other religions. So in other religions, they pray, they ask the God, forgiveness or take to the heaven or whatever, they worship. I accept that, okay? But in Buddhist way, it's more like a praying or worshiping, but it's a little bit different when you investigate on that. So that's why when you see people are worshiping the Buddha, so in Thai language we call why. Why is means bowing. To what? To your teacher, to your parents, to your friends or relatives or monks or Buddha. So why means bow. To show respect. Okay? So we do bow. That's why, no matter which religion you believe or faith, if you come to Thailand, when you meet with Thai people, you will see Thai people, they will pump their hand, they will say Sawadee krap, Kap kun krap. This exactly means why, to pay respect. It's not worship, okay? This is what I want to say. But still, what I want to say, some Thai Buddhist people, they're doing kind of ritual religious way, like is Prasan said that many people still believe, kind of Hinduism, because Hindu religion is very old religion before Buddhism. So sometimes we do have also kind of ritual Hindu religious activities. Okay, so something like that. It's kind of like a little bit complicated or confusing when you see and what is the teaching. But as I told you in the first time, in the first question, it's this is a Buddhist philosophy. This is a belief and faith. You can combine together and you can use it in way of life. That's what I want to say. Because if you have no faith or belief your own, how can you experience or apply in your daily life? How can you investigate to find the truth or achieve the nirvana? That's what I mean. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Some of the answer and explanation from Venerable KK also already reply and answer some next question. For example, Buddhism is religious or philosophy. In actually, he also have mentioned
Yes,
some in that explanation already, and of course, this is what you also try to explain. Why real Buddhism doesn't really get into Thai people, and this is what I want to hear from Prat Sambun, because he lost a connection from my question. I asked you that why many Thai Buddhists try to they keep preserving Buddhism mostly based on the ritual ceremony and like a culture and tradition. What is view of Buddhist people in Thailand about practicing Buddhism, or what what Thai people following the ritual ceremonies and practice the moral based on the cultural ways? That is that is Buddhist practice already or not? Mhm. That is what Buddhism in the perspective of local people or not. So this is my question.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much for repeating the question again. In
Yes.
this point, and actually, we can view in many different ways. For some people may see that this kind of ceremony is not really necessary, or it's not useful to have a ceremony or a certain kind of activities, or maybe a religious activity. And actually, in my points of view, and actually, ceremony is reflects something that's concerned with the teaching of the Buddha. At first, I think when we have some kind of like as Pastor Pakike said, that in the unique and the characteristic of the Buddhism, or which is of faith in Buddhism, which is different from other faith, is that we don't ask anything from the supreme beings, or like we don't how to say beg anything from the like supreme power, but when we pay respect, or when we have maybe respect or chanting or worshiping to the Buddha image, or bow down 3 times to respect to the Buddha and the Dhamma and the Sangha, and actually there's something we call we have the complements behind these activities, So when we bow down at first, it's not about to asking to let the Supreme to help us what we ask, and actually is rather be to be humble. Nah. At first, to be humble, to prepare ourselves that we are ready to listen to the great teaching from the Buddha, So at first, when we respect or when we worship, it's not the sense of asking, but rather be reducing our own ego that, oh, I am the best. I am better than you. I know more than you. I know more than everyone. I'm the best, We respect to a certain thing in order to reduce that kind of ego, So that's why when we go to the temple, having respect to the monk, or like as the Pastor KK said, that we have a why or respect in the Buddhist way. And actually this kind of thing is a reflect to the quality inside, that you listen to other people, or you make yourself, you're not, how to say, you don't have the self-important, mostly by nature, we human being, we have ego, we most tend to have a self-centered, I am the center of everything, and actually no, we are the one is a part of the everything. So that's why respecting the descent in Buddhism, and actually to reduce the ego, to reduce the self. Then when you have the self more selfless, and you're ready to listen to the teaching, and ready to understand what the teaching is being said in the Buddhism. So that's why I think ceremony or activity and certain kind of culture, I think we have to look at it in deeper, that there's anything behind. But at the same time, we also people, especially Thai people, who still don't really know or understand the meaning behind this activity. I think they should learn more, about Buddhism. That what we are practicing, and actually is not only about the outer part, but actually there's deep meaning inside that kind of activity or ceremony or some kind of worshiping. This is what I want to make clear on this point.
Thank you so much from Pra Sombun to give more example and explanation concerned to Buddhism in Thailand. This is very huge topic. In order to understand the context of Buddhism in Thailand, this not only concerned to only the teaching or how Buddhism come to propagate in this area, but it's concerned to how the history and the original belief that people already have in this country. So that's why, in order to, let's say, understand this, we have to open mind and observe that, as Prasambun mentioned, that those ceremonies has some practice already there to train different human beings in different background. That's what that this word is very important. The background or the context of the people who going to receive the teaching, or going to we talk about the quality of mind, right? Before we going to train the other higher teaching, of course, we have to slowly train our mental uplift, improve and develop our mental purer and clearer and higher. After that, we able to practice a higher teaching. For the ordinary people who are still concerned to local daily life, still they are still hunting, they still go to farming, they don't have much time, to focusing on the Buddhist practice in the actual model, but they practice Buddhism in the way, in the way of life. For example, when we talk about how to be humble, to be kindness, compassion, we can observe that Thai people, they love to share food, they love to share what they have to each other, to neighborhood, keep smiling and always welcome all the people. This is already show about the some Buddhist practice in their daily life. That's what I want to add more about this. Okay. Many question, okay, today from our audiences. Such a big question. I think that because of Prat KK is here, is one of who is a knowledgeable people, Prat Sambun, and so that's why we have this hard question. I observe that when I do it with the others, or me with some guest speakers, some very easy question. Okay. Hello, Miss, right? Suntaya. Very good idea to do Monkchat online like this. Thank you so much. Okay, if this benefits you, we already have schedule and Facebook live timetable, publish or post in our Monkchat Facebook page. We try to do it more, frequently, like a lot this time, in order to support and promote the Buddha's teaching during the society. Many things move into the online platform, so our Buddhist monk have to change the way we teach as well, and we feel very happy to see the good result from audiences. Love to watch many contents from online, and but if you have any comments, to help us improve our online course like this or online program, you can show you can share your opinion as well. So what do you think, Prat KK, to have this online teaching or online Dhamma talk in the new era?
All right. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for these questions. I think you guys doing great job. Because especially in these situations in all over the world, everyone know COVID-19. People cannot go to other country. And Thailand is one of the attractive country to the tourists. Who really want to go and relax and also learn about the Thai culture, especially Buddhism, or meditation. So that's why I really appreciate of your great job. We can propagate, we can share, Buddhism or meditation by this kind of activity, with those people who are really willing to know more about the Buddhism, or Buddhist monk life, or Thai culture, or meditation as well. So overall, it's such a great idea that you had, and doing great job. And thank you so much for inviting me and other monks. I hope all the audiences, they are really appreciated. That's why I can see already they have a lot of very good comments, and and also this is not easy for us to go somewhere, and also according to Buddha's teaching, we don't convert anyone, we don't go door to door, knock the door and teach the Buddhism, but this is a great idea. This is a very good opportunities for us to improve more knowledge, and also for the non-Buddhist, even for the Buddhist people who really don't know the core teaching, or some concept in Buddhist teachings, for them to gain knowledge or experiences. So overall, I will say thank you so much for doing this great job. I really appreciate it. And one more thing, I just saw the comment, Lina from Spain. She was asking the question. We already answered up that, but I just got idea to tell her more of her question to understand a little more, like a deep, explanation. So she was asking why Buddhism doesn't apply to Thai Buddhist people. It means why the Buddha's core teaching, the real teaching, don't apply to Thai Buddhist people. So in that way, as a Buddhist monk, what I want to share with you, especially to Miss Laina, actually in Buddhism, as I told, I mean, in Thailand, as I told you, Thai Buddhist people more than 93%. A lot of Buddhist temples and Buddhist monk as well. So we already applied the Buddha's teaching, okay? And for the Thai Buddhist people, they also following the teaching of the Buddha, and also part of their culture, the ritual beliefs or faith ceremonies. They go to temple. Once a week we have Buddhist holidays called One Pra. People go there, people offer things, and people ask for teaching. We give the 5 precepts. We have the chanting, Dhamma talk, means like a teaching of the Buddha. We teach to the people. So we did everything, we are spreading Buddha's teaching to the Thai Buddhist people. But the problem is, just only going to temple, learn something by Buddhist monk teaching, that's not enough. What I want to say is, when you go to temple, you hear something from Buddhist monk teachings, you learn something, that's not enough. You have to apply in your daily life. For example, Miss Laina or all the foreigners or audience, already, you have been read a lot about the Buddhism or meditation. You knew it already. It's not enough. You gain what? Knowledge. But you are not gaining wisdom yet. You have to apply it, investigate. You have to know it by yourself. You have to get mindfulness. You have to get wisdom on that by practice by yourself. You have to know it by yourself. Okay. So that's why Thai people, they know Buddha's teaching. The problem is they don't keep practice daily life. Even the practice, it's like how is a modern way. That's why I told you, about the meditation. You have been read a lot of books, but you have never been to meditation retreat. So you gain the knowledge from the book, but not to the real experience or wisdom. So you have to go to retreat 21 days or 30 days or whatever, even the 10 days you practice by yourself, then how your ego, your craving, your jealous, your delusion, your hatred, your attachment, it. That's the experience. You gain the knowledge. Same thing to Thai Buddhist people. As a Buddhist monk, we apply already Buddha's teaching. They know it. That's not enough. They have to investigate by their practice. So that's why this is a big problem. A lot of people, they have only theory study. They have certificate from the university. Oh, I'm a Buddhist philosopher. I have the doctorate from the Buddhist university. This is only theory. You have certificate. But the main thing is you have to gain your knowledge by your practice. That's why Buddha said the middle path or middle way. Investigate yourself, not only externally, you have to know the internally. So most of the people, they always take care of the external. I have more, I want more. I have car, house, many things. I want more and more. And they always take care of our physical body externally, how look outside. But they never take care of the mind. You see, this is the point that I bring, So many people, they only look the external, not the internal. They look their body, but not their mind. So according to Buddha's teaching, according to the middle path, not only externally, you have to know the internally, you know. So Thai Buddhist people, they know the teaching, but they don't practice it regularly. We talk about avoiding bad, doing good, curing the mind. They know how to avoiding bad. It's called sila. They know how to meditate. It's called samadhi. And they know how to gain the wisdom by practice meditation. We call panya. They know it already. The problem is they don't apply it daily life. Applying means what? You have to investigate, you have to examine until you find the truth. Okay. For example, at least once, twice, or thrice in a year, why don't you go to meditation retreat, 21-day retreat, 3 weeks, to know more by yourself. Okay. So monk said those things. Okay, go to meditation retreat at least once or twice in a year. Longer retreat, even a 10-day silent retreat. That's the way to experience, to gain the knowledge. But the problem, they don't go it. They don't do it. So they know externally more, but not the internally. So that's what I want to share with you, my idea, especially to Lina from Spain, you know. Yeah, gracias.
Yeah, yes. So she also come to share about what we try to explain in actually she mentioned in that long comments
Yeah, maybe you
is that like
misunderstood
she
my
want to
comment.
mention that
That's
the
what I
practicing
was saying. Exactly.
is
Yeah.
the most important the most important thing is
Practice.
practicing. And
Yes.
yes,
That's
right,
sorry,
yeah,
sir.
we
I thought
come.
I think I misunderstood her question, but sorry. Anyway, I explained. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So we understand same way. Yes, of course, practicing is the most important thing, but we try to explain the context of also practicing the Buddha Dhamma in Thailand as well. Okay. Anyway, Miss Lina is top fan for this Facebook Live today. She asked many questions, and I think this it will be last question because this is gonna be also a bit long. All right. Uh, this question very important. Okay, the concept of mindfulness. Many people understand like this as well, that mindfulness is mean that every moment, every moving, we have to knowing ourselves. Okay, or always, or how to be mindful all the time, or can we really mindful all the time in the sense of practicing Prasambun, in the sense of practicing, can we really mindful all the time? Or maybe sometime we able to be mindful and we come back and then we lost mind out again.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, this is a very good question, actually. So, when we talk about being mindful or mindfulness in terms of practicing, and actually, it is possible. It is possible to be mindful all the time, but it requires a lot of practice. So that's why in the meditation practice, we are supposed to be mindful all the time. But in our daily life, it is very easy to be mindless or heedless, because a lot of uh, temptations and tracking and the attack or contact from the other how to say, distraction from outside. So to be mindful all the time, and actually it's possible, yeah. But the question is, are you willing to practice, or not? And that is the question. And actually, to be mindful, we can practice in every single moments of life. It doesn't matter to be like only being mindful when we meditating or when we practicing, and actually every single thing that arising in our life, whether the movement basically of our body, what happened to our body, and what position and what posture you are sitting, and you also can observe yourself, observe your feeling. You can also observe your emotion and what happening to you emotion, and you can even observing the phenomena or the thing that happened in your life. For example, what and when you see and when you hear and when you smell, when you taste, what happened. So that's why being mindful all the time, I think for the beginner or for those who are practicing uh, how to be mindful at first, I think they may find that it's difficult. But whenever you can actually apply to your daily life, so I think that's going to be easy for you. And I think at first it's required the practice, the formal practice, in order to shrink yourself. At the beginning, by nature, as you see that by nature, we since we was born, we used to let our mind wander, So to let our mind wander, we tend to be taken. Our intention usually being taken by the something else, something that is not here and now. So that is what we used to since we was young. So that's why some people may find that it's difficult. I think that is a very normal thing. But but if you take time, practice, and still you get used to it, and still you can practice without efforts, or we call it effortless mindfulness. Yeah. So you will be able to automatically be mindful without needing the like forcing yourself to be mindful. But at the beginning, you may facing a certain kind of difficulty to be mindful, and maybe you can even sometimes frustrated with your like monkey mind at the beginning. But whenever you come back and training, at this point, I think put it into practice is important, as you said, and actually. And so that's why I think it is possible to be mindful. But at the beginning, I think it's quite difficult for those who never done this kind of like mindful practice or meditation.
Thank you so much. What about your opinion, KK? Can we really be mindful all the time?
Thank you.
If she also mentioned that if we keep practicing more and more, can we be mindful all the time?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prason and Miss Laina, for such a good question, because mindfulness is very important in our daily life, and just according to my opinion, for example, when you go to gym for fitness, at the beginning, it's very difficult to adjust or adapt. But when you keep practice, every day, regularly, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it's became more easier and you get benefit, Same thing, I think the practice is very important, how to develop your mindfulness to gain the wisdom, okay? But as the Prasambun said, it's quite difficult as a beginner and also difficult to apply in daily life because, according to human nature, as a man or woman, we have many responsibilities, we have many duties to do, and especially our mind is always busy, think about the past or future or present, whatever. So at the time, if you really have experience of mindfulness, mindfulness, people understand what my mind should be in present, now and here. It's simple definition of mindfulness. Actually, mindfulness simply means knowing yourself, You know about your body, you know about your mind, you know about your emotions, feelings, thoughts, positive or negative way. You know it. Knowing means mindfulness, being aware. And also you need the mindfulness not to dwelling on that. Attach, it doesn't make you suffer too much, or what I mean, over suffer. But we get too much suffering, which is not supposed to be because we dwell on that. So what we need it, we need the mindfulness. So overall, it's difficult for us if you don't practice every day. That's why I recommend to all the people, go to meditation retreat, be experienced, know it how to do it, and you have to practice by yourself, formal and informal way. Especially the formal way is very important to practice twice a day minimum. According to my experience, it's take time to let your mind calm and relax. So minimum you need 20 to 30 minutes formal way twice a day. Then you can increase the time again and again, again and again. And also you can practice informal way as well. So overall, keep practice. You will able to mindful all the time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Venerable KK, for give more advice concerned to the mindfulness practice. I hope that Miss Lina feel happy with you both explanation. She also, try to talk about herself that sorry for too much question today, but it's such wonderful. This program, it's we need like this. We need a conversation. We need all the question from you to run this program and benefit to all people from different countries. We can hear different questions. That's wonderful. And we have one more question left. Okay, he tried to ask already, and we skip like kind of skip, and he tried to ask again. For Thai Buddhist monk, okay, do you think that Buddhism is religious or religions or philosophy? Can you do it briefly? Is it, if Buddhism is religions, what is
I think, sorry for interrupting. I think
Okay,
this is such a
yes.
good question. I already answered this
Yes.
question, and even someone else explained this one before, and you too as well. But in a brief, what I want to say, Buddhism, it's either you can say it's a philosophy or it's a religion. So in a part of culture, it's a religion, still temple, Buddha image, people praying or worshiping. And if you see the core teaching of the Buddha, it's a philosophy. You have to investigate until you find the truth to achieve the nirvana. So Buddhism either a philosophy or a religion, but it's not exactly same 100% same like other religion, because there is not like a fundamental God or creator. So a little bit different from other religions. So overall, Buddhism is a philosophy or a religion. Thank you.
What about your opinion, Prasambun? Are there any Buddhist scholars explains about this? If Buddhism is the religions, what is the explanation? And if Buddhism is philosophy, what is that reason?
I agree with Ajahn KK. Actually, Buddhism is
Thank you.
Buddhism.
Yes.
Whatever you call and actually finally it's only the concept, the name, when you call something, but then actually you need to put the teaching into practice, and you will be able to define what Buddhism actually is.
Okay, thank you so much for your advice. Okay, now let me try to finish all the comments, and I think we can close, okay, or finish this Facebook Live. This comment is from Mr. Virayut. He is our Dhamma friends. He has been in Monkchat always to introduce gong meditation, like a sound meditation. Thank you so much for coming and join us this Monkchat Facebook Live. Okay, I'm very impressed for your advice about this. Okay, and May, Nay from Mexico. Okay, Shia from Mexico. Love spend time with Monkchat. She can't wait to come back. I think we have to wait also many months, to everything getting better, especially for the crisis of the outbreak. COVID-19 is also spreading in India. Millions people affected. I don't think so that we can, open for traveling very soon. Okay, and finally, Miss Lina, uh, write an acknowledgement for every month here. Thank you so much for you all. I'm so glad to listen to you. I have practiced meditation for many years, but last year I was so lucky to be in Thailand and learn from Buddhist monks. I was learning Vipassana meditation in Wat Patamngua Forest Monastery and also in Malaysia, another course, and I try to practice every day. Very good. I know that Lina tried to um, ask from her experience. Yes, and thank you so much. Please keep practicing. We really acknowledge and appreciate it to your experience in mental training and spiritual ways and spiritual path. Okay, and Mr. Julius, right? Julius, thank you for answering my question. I'm from Philippines. So today we got people from Philippines, Mexico, Spain, and what else? Thailand, of course, and from Laos.
Poland.
Do you,
Poland.
yes, Poland? You see any other countries? Uh, if you're still not,
America, David, Mr. David from America.
I think yes, USA, yes, and UK,
Yeah,
Miss Samantha.
yeah, UK. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for everyone. Oh, Miss Lina try to
Where are you?
mention to Mr. Veryut from you. Maybe they went to some meditation practice together. Yes, of course, of course. Okay. Finally, I want to ask feeling. Okay. In actually, Prakeke is his first time for attending this Monkchat online. Okay, or Monkchat live. I want to ask your emotion and your feeling after you have seen that many people interested to know about Buddhism from online right now.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Yes, you can
Yes.
start.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I did many online teaching, live teaching of the monk Facebook meditation on Friday, and I have also many experiences doing like this kind of thing or Zoom class, But this is kind of first time, with this kind of I think new program. Thank you so much for inviting me as a first guest in first class in this program. And yeah, I feel so happy to share some of my experience or knowledge and to my respect, kind, and compassion to all the audiences who are listening to us. And I also feel very glad, very proud myself that at least I can propagate or spreading Buddha's teachings, and also Thai culture to the people who are really willing to know more about this. And to be honest, I feel very appreciate myself and to you guys who are doing this kind of such a great job, and to all the participants today or viewers who are listening to us, especially those people who are commenting or asking the questions. Today we got a lot of very good questions that people really willing to know, not only you who asked those kind of questions, and it's very good for also Buddhist people that, they have to learn it, So thanks so much for all those questions that you ask. And also, thank you very much for sharing your times, your kind and compassion. And as I told you before, if we did any of monks, if we did disappointed by our explanation or answers of your questions, please forgive us. No one is perfect, and we learn from mistake as well. And also, more you forgive, more you relax. It's kind of like what goes around comes around. So even if you are not happy or appreciate of our answers, accept the truth, your feelings, your emotions, and then try not to dwell on that. Even if you're not happy. So there's a way to get away from your stressness or suffering if you don't dwell. So mindfulness is very important. So thank you so much for your such a good mindfulness, kind of like a son, prason. You have very good mindfulness to do this kind of things, and also those audiences who ask good question, you have very good mindfulness, to ask these kind of questions. And thank you to all of you, and especially thanks to Buddha as a great teacher, who taught us to understand more about the truth of nature, about our way of life. And thank you to all of you. I wish may you all be free from all kind of sufferings, and I wish may COVID-19 gone away as soon as possible. And I wish may all the religions, all living beings be together and able to share our kindness, compassion, forgiveness. And I wish may all living beings, all religion, be free from fighting, war, killing, hatred, violence, delusions. And I wish may peace and happiness be revealed to ourselves, to our families, friends, relatives, and to all the religions and to this world. Thank you so much. Kap kon kap.
Thank you so much for your such a wonderful speech. Okay, before we going to close and finish this Facebook Live, and actually, yes, there are some comments, but he asks about that temple that Mr. Lina mentioned, and they already give the answer in the comments. So we won't take this Facebook Live too long. Thank you so much for all audiences who are following us and try to participate us, send comments and question. It's all great time that we spend together. We will have this kind of program again, okay, on Thursday. We try to skip one day and try to do it um, more frequently, to spend time on this platform to meet all of you from all over the world. We very appreciated to have this kind of technologies and platform to get to everybody in this online. Anyway, we would like to say good night to all my guest speaker and everybody. Good night. Take care of yourself. Please be safe. Uh, we would like to say thank you.
Okay, kap kon kap. Have a good night. Sleep well. Yes, have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, kap kon kap.
Thank you very much,
Satu.
Person and KK.
Kap.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Bye. Good night.